Hi, my name's Denise, and I believe that life is a whole learning process from beginning to end. So my life started out in Bedfordshire, where I lived on a market garden. The market garden's a bit like a horticultural agricultural farm, and my parents grew things like tomatoes and strawberries and spring onions. And I grew up in a very horticultural environment. We also got with lots of dogs, so lots of puppies, so a very outdoorsy start to my life, really. I think that set the scene for what I wanted to do later on, and I'll tell you about that shortly. I went to a small village primary school in Bedfordshire, and I just had a lovely primary school experience. I really liked going to school. I enjoyed all my lessons, particularly things like swimming and sport and science and art I got involved with and just loved. So those years from 5 to 11 were, I think, fairly non-eventful, but I just really enjoyed myself at school. Then came the 11 plus, which was the big exam that we had to take to decide what secondary school we were going to go to. And the 11 plus came and went, and I took the paper and I got the results, and I had failed, which meant that I couldn't go to the posh girls' grammar school where all the other high flyers went. I had to go to a comprehensive school. So my secondary school experience started out with a year in a comprehensive school, and then my family moved areas in the country, and so I had to start my secondary school again. Just like primary school, I really loved secondary school. I was a very average student. Most of my exams seemed to be at 54% for some reason. However hard I tried, it always seemed to come back as that. And I think, resigned myself to the fact that that's what it would be like. So I went through my secondary school years, took my GCSEs or O-levels they were then. There were enough good ones to get me into A-levels, and I did biology, chemistry and geography A-level and geology AO or AS at the time. That was really good. I loved my A-levels, and those A-level grades, although they were mediocre at the end of the course, just like my O-levels, they did give me the passage to university. It came to time to choose university, and I went through a number of universities looking around, and I chose the University of Nottingham. And I went for an interview, and I got on really well with the tutor there, and fortunately he gave me quite a low offer, a low grades offer for getting into uni, and that really helped out. So at university I loved it, absolutely adored it. I just really enjoyed the whole experience, from the social aspects, meeting people, making friends, going out, going to the library, reading papers, writing assignments, all the lab work and what things involved in my course. I just loved it, and I did well at university, and I got a good joint honours degree from Nottingham as a result of that. At the end of my degree, it was obviously a time to think about what to do next in terms of my career pathway. I said I wanted to do horticulture, agriculture, that type of thing. Well, I'd met my husband at university, and we made the decision that we were going to follow his career pathway. He's a teacher, and I actually got a job with Social Security and just went into ordinary office work just to pay the mortgage. So my life was on a bit of horticulture, agriculture sort of hold at that point. Then we had our two girls, we had our family, and so I was still learning in lots of different ways about lots of different things, but it wasn't exactly the way I thought it was going to go originally. So in 1993, when our girls were 5 and 7, Tim got an offer of a job to work overseas, and we went for him to teach. And at that point they needed someone to teach geography, and of course my degree was geography, so here was a little opportunity for me to do something that my degree was based on. And so the headmaster at the time offered me a job teaching geography, and I said, well, yes, let's go for it. So I started teaching in Zambia. First of all with geography, a bit of primary, I did some lower school science, and then I ended up teaching biology. So my teaching career began in Zambia. Now, I wasn't trained as a teacher, but I taught there for 12 years. So teaching in Zambia, I just loved it. I'd really found, I think, what I was supposed to be doing, and although it wasn't horticulture, agriculture, it was science, it was biology, and I just adored it. I got 12 years teaching experience there, but I wasn't qualified. So when we came back to this country, I had some choices to make. What was I going to do with this 12 years? When we first came back, I did some counselling qualifications, because in Zambia I'd fulfilled a bit of an informal counselling role in the school where we were at. and I wanted to get some training in that area. So I did my NCFE Level 2, Level 3 counselling, and I actually taught counselling for a brief period. But I still really wanted to teach, and with those 12 years behind me, I knew that I'd had lots of practice, but I didn't know much about the theory. So then it was time for me to start my PGCE, and I was already working at Gateshead College as a learning support officer, and so it seemed natural for me to do my PGCE through Gateshead. And so a couple of years after we came back, I then started my PGCE, which meant that I had a formal teaching qualification to go alongside all those years of practice that I'd had in Zambia. So now, being a fully qualified teacher, I actually started a job at Gateshead College as a lecturer, and very shortly I became the HEFC coordinator for the whole HEFC programme. So I still teach in biology, I'm also teaching health studies sometimes as well. So my main job is still a lecturer, still a teacher, but I now actually also look after the tutors and the students on the HEFC programme. So I just think it's a really fascinating thing to look back and see my learning journey from beginning to end. And I believe that my learning journey is not only in those formal bits of education like my primary school or my secondary school or my A-levels and my uni or my PGCE, but I think my learning experiences come from all those different experiences that I've had, all those Saturday jobs and informal jobs that I've had, holiday jobs, the travelling, the family life experience, together with those academic learning experiences. All of those add together to make my learning journey complete and to make me the sort of person that I am now, doing the job that I'm doing. I believe that nothing's lost. Every experience can be worthwhile in some way and can add to you in a positive way and make you into the person that you are today, but also the person that you're going to be tomorrow as well. And sometimes those skills come back in, they re-loop in, back in later on, and you can think about, oh well, how I did that 20 years ago or 10 years ago, that's making a difference to me now, or that might make a difference in 10 years' time. I'm not going to lose the benefit of that. So for me, life is about learning, and I just want to carry on learning from now for as long as I've got. And I just think learning is exciting, and that's why I'm here.